Pandas. Pandas. Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas, and welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are joining us this morning, bright and early, depending on where you're from. Did I ever tell you I seriously love this community, and I look forward to trading with everyone here every single day? I truly do. I really do enjoy this community so much, so I do appreciate it that you guys join this stream every single day. For those who are loyal followers, loyal pandas here, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be today. Also, pandas, drop a GM in the chat. Drop a GM in the chat to help the YouTube algorithm know that the viewers here, the pandas here, the panda army here, they're engaged. Panda army. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Power Trader, good morning from LA. Mike Carroll, welcome back. Henster, welcome back. Good morning. Austin Hare, hey, let's get that bamboo. We're trying to get that bamboo today. Gonna get that bamboo. Brandon Jones, Panda here. Good morning from Florida. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kind of looking at this. Phil W, let's go, baby. Phil W. Loyal panda. We do have a second entry long here. It's a little wonky because actually this pivot is higher than this pivot, so it was an outside bar right at 8:30. This bar printed, and it kind of did something wonky here. But at the time, the pivot, when the pivot was set, it was lower here, and so the count didn't reset here. So this is actually not a second entry long right now, but it's color green because of the outside bar right here, kind of messing it up. That's the thing about these candles. There you go. Just need to refresh the indicator. It's all good. I'm thinking coming back to the bottom of the trading range on the 10K chart, just because we went below the 50% mark, and I'm thinking we're gonna get down to the bottom of the trading range on the 10K chart. When I switch to the daily, I really think we're gonna have a bull trend day today, at least for a little bit, until we break yesterday's high. I really think we're gonna try to break yesterday's high, creating the second pullback. I mentioned this earlier on the stream yesterday, before even yesterday began. I mentioned I'm thinking of a setup like this, a lower high second entry short off the 20 EMA, just because the 20 EMA is acting as such a strong resistance right now. You know, even when this bar was printing, this big bar right here, it was green up here, and you're thinking, you know, it's gonna go all the way up, but failed to do so, and actually reversed, created this huge wick. Now the very next candle, no follow through, breaking below the 20 EMA. So naturally, if I saw this on any other chart, I would think of some setup like this, and it might, you know, it might create a second entry and then reverse. So I'm trying to think that today it might be a bull trend day today, just because I think the market wants to make that second pullback. Yeah, Brandon Jones says there is a FOMC today at 2 p.m. So maybe I'll put that in the title today. There was actually some CPI numbers at 8:30, and that's what this crazy candle printed at 8:30 right here. Right at 8:30, it went down, up, and then back down. So this is the 5-minute chart. Ooh, the 2K chart has a two-legged pullback. A lower high, second entry short here. Thinking we're coming back to the bottom, right to the close, pretty much, or the 10K, bottom of the trading range. This first leg down here. Potentially can come down here with this second entry short. I'm gonna sit on my pause here actually, just because the price action here is a little choppy. I'm thinking it could trap here, but it's a little confusing in my opinion. Big doji bar, failed breakout here. Potential trap trade here. It's unsure. I would really only take this if this trap fails and we continue downwards. Perfect scalp. We do have some action this morning, so I'm just looking at the charts right now. Pandas, make sure you drop a GM in the chat. Cody Orchard asks, what is the 10K chart? 10K chart is, see, when we scalp, we like to use primarily the tick charts. And so instead of time charts where every candle is printed based on time, we like to use charts based on ticks. And so, like I said, there could be a trap here. Just because of the price action here is choppy, might come back up and we might trap here, but the only trade I'll take is if this trap fails to the upside and reverses. That's the trade I'm looking for. Let's see if we get that, pandas. But basically every transaction is one tick, and so after 10,000 transactions it will print one candle. To know what time frame I'm in or tick frame, you can look at the top right of your screen and have a capture there of which time frame I'm using. And so on this channel, I'm guessing you're new, Cody, I use a 2,000 tick chart, the 10,000 tick chart, and the 5-minute chart. And the reason why I use tick charts is because I'm trying to look at price action based on volume rather than time. And I think when it comes to scalping, it's important. I use a 5-minute chart as well, especially after the market opens, because the time chart is very reliable. A lot of people use the 5-minute chart, and so you find a lot of good setups on the 5-minute chart. And also Al Brooks uses the 5-minute chart, and so. But technically speaking, you want to use a 5-minute chart because every single candle makes at least a scalp. And so that's why we like the 5-minute chart. I like the 5-minute chart because on average, the range of a candle on the 5-minute chart is big enough for a scalp. So, like I mentioned here, pandas, there is potential trap here, but my only trade right now is if this trap fails and we're gonna go short, and this will be a failed Pikachu. Right now, this is a failed Pikachu already, or not already, but if it pokes above here, it'd be failed Pikachu. I want to poke up higher and then reverse. I want to look to go short, and the main reason being is because the 10K chart, right, we hit the top of the trading range on the 10K chart, thinking we hit the bottom of the trading range on the 10K chart. That's what I'm waiting for. Waiting for that bottom to hit. And it looks like the market's not giving us our second entry long to fail. Good morning, pandas. Good morning. Today's FOMC day at 2 p.m. So just be wary of that. Maybe I'll add that to right here. Message 1, message 2. Let's do this. All right. There was an FOMC today at 2 p.m. We do get poked up here, and it's a decent setup to go long actually. Only reason I'm not going long here is because on my 10K chart we have room to the bottom of the trading range, and so I'm just thinking we still have room to go down, and we are currently going long right now. This is still a okay. Trap is gone. That's a good reversal trade. It's a little scary in my opinion to go short there or to go long here because we don't have our full reversal here, right? We don't have this trade. We don't have this break of trend and new low. You typically have a new low, then two-legged pullback failure. That's what the setup we should be looking for. That's what I thought was gonna happen. So I wasn't confident going long there, even though it's a trap trade. Not necessarily confident to go long there. Does give us a nice little push up here. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm thinking we're gonna break yesterday's high, which is this blue line, to create our second entry, or to create our second pullback, which will create our second entry short. I'm thinking lower high, second entry short. Just because if I saw this on any other chart, that's what I'll be expecting. That would be the setup I'm waiting for. I'm anticipating. Right? I'll be anticipating this trade right here to go short here. That's what I'm anticipating. But we'll see what happens. Just because I'm anticipating doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's just what I typically see. And that's the setup I'm looking for. And that's on the daily chart. So we're bouncing around here. I'm focused on this chart right now just because there's some action. And typically there's not that much action around this time, but we're getting some good scalps here. Right, that's a little tricky. That's a trap here. And then goes up, reverses. Two traps, right? You get a higher low. Second entry long. Traps, and then finally makes a scalp here on the upside. You know, it's actually very funny. This is actually a failed trap here. If you guys saw this candle print, how this candle printed was actually, I believe, went up first, then reverse. Actually, I take that back. I don't remember how this candle printed. I'm thinking it did go up first, then down, and then back up. So this is a failed trap, creating more reason to go long here. But I'm still okay missing that trade. It's a decent trade. I mean, it looked really good while I was setting up, but Pikachu trade to the long side. Like I mentioned, I was waiting for. Right, here's our first break of trend, and technically, if you went long here, you'd be trading counter trend, in my opinion. But now it seems like this trend has bucked with this setup here. So you're thinking typically reversals reverse. So we're looking for a two-legged pullback to go long if the setup is good. That's what my next setup is, right? Because this is confirmed reversal, right? When you have this setup right here, this is a very specific setup that we look for to go long, because typically this happens on reversals. And it's just surprising that this reversal happened just right after the very first pullback, right? Typically it's a pullback, but this pullback is turning to reversal already, and it's confirmed, in my opinion, with these bull bars. And that means that now the trend is bullish trend. So we are going to think bullish trend until otherwise. So I'm going to trade off this trend line or off the 20 MA. This is what I'm looking for. But we shall see. I mean, I think we could still make a new low, but who knows. The main reason why I didn't want to go long there is because the 10K chart, we have the bottom of the trading range. Still, you know, in my opinion, wants to be hit, right? We hit the top of the trading range, multiple failed breakouts. I thought we would come back to the bottom trading range, but failing to do so means that we might have a strong push up. As I mentioned again, thinking we're going to make a new high. We're going to break yesterday's high. Good morning, pandas. As you guys are rolling in, I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on what's happening right now. This is the pre-market analysis. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Phil W. Let's go, baby. Beach Bum, welcome back. Brandon Jones. Jeffrey Tao from Malaysia. Welcome to the stream. Icky from Chicago. Fellow panda. Baby panda here. Kellyanne, good morning. Welcome back. Aaron Core, welcome back. From Los Angeles. Phil W. FOMC is publishing the minutes from the last meeting. Information can still move the markets. John Wilson, good morning from Michigan. Bernadette, you're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce your name in the Discord. Bernadette Addison. Good morning, welcome. I'm not sure if I've seen your name before, Bernadette, on the stream. I'm glad that you can join us. I know you're in the Discord, so do appreciate you joining. Wayne Bicknell, good morning. From Georgia Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains. Marcelino Dionisio, Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. RGT, let's go, baby. Bernadette. Wow, okay, Brandon Jones. Bernadette. Appreciate that. If I say your name on stream, I like to say it correctly. You know, it's the least I can do. I do appreciate that. Bernadette. Free paper cuts. Good morning, good morning. As you guys are rolling in, thank you for joining. Make sure you scalp that like button. Don't forget to scalp that like button. Let's throw this in the Discord real quick. Just watching. I mean, that's a solid reversal, and you're thinking long now. You know, that's a confirmed reversal to me. And it's a little surprising how that first pullback is a reversal, and it wouldn't be surprising if this was a failed trap. I just forgot how this candle formed. Wayne Bignell already scalped 13 points on 9 trades with 8 winners. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Congrats, congrats. Bernadette, loving this, showing some love on the Discord. Hope it's helpful. I mean, from the deluxe to the standard edition of the two-legged pullback indicator, the things you get with the deluxe, I think, go way beyond the $50 extra that you get, in my opinion. I mean, in my opinion, if anything of the indicator helps you make one scalp, in my opinion, already paid for itself. You know, if the indicator helps you make one scalp, you already paid off the indicator. You know, if you trade 4 contracts, you've already paid off the indicator of one scalp. If the indicator can help you with one trade, and it's already made up its money. Big time reversal here, making a beeline straight to yesterday's high, and it might happen even before market even opens here. I really think we're gonna break yesterday's high, but after we break yesterday's high, pandas, really anything goes. I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna try to touch the 20 EMA, maybe pop above it, but I wouldn't be too excited. Like, I wouldn't think it's gonna come to the top of the trading range. I think we're gonna make that lower high second entry to go short, to go even further, to make that new low, to make this this measured move that I've had here for so long, top of the all-time highs to this pullback, right to the bottom here before the pullback. The highest point of the pullback is right here, and we make that measure move. Simply just put it there. And we have a measure move here on this horizontal line. It's been here for a long time. I'm thinking we're gonna hit it sooner or later. But the bulls are, you know, they're not going without a fight. You know, this is bulls fighting here. Their attempt to reverse the market. And it was a strong, valiant effort, but they didn't even make it to the top of the trading range. They're not even able to really break the 20 EMA. We pierced it, but we really didn't get above it. You know, we did close above it here, but that's the only close above the 20 EMA so far, right here. Looking for a long entry, pandas. I'm not sure if I can find it, though. This looks really strong, so I'm not exactly sure where we're going to hit when we come back for a pullback. But let's see, pandas. I would not look for a short entry right now, pandas. Sorry. It did actually a perfect hit on the 10K chart. Right back to the top of the trading range. Hit it perfectly. It might come back down here, but in my opinion, on the 2K chart, looking at this price action, it's not something I would really want to go short in. Just look at the price action, knowing this is a reversal, confirmed reversal, strong bullish behavior afterwards. In my opinion, man, when you have this reversal pattern like this, that's a very strong pattern, because all of the price action that has to happen here is very specific to a reversal, right? The psychology. Right? Most traders thought that they were going to get a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, and it fails to make a point, right? They're thinking we should keep going down, we should make a measure move, but rather when it reverses, does the opposite thing, typically reacts very strongly the other way. So people thought it was going to keep going down, right, to make a measure move of some sort, probably the measure move of this big bar here. And swing traders were all in that. Swing traders say, oh, this is worth the risk, thinking if we can make this much money on that little risk on this one candle, it's worth it. But they soon got busted and got reversed. So this is what the price action is telling us. So all of those swing traders who thought that this was going to go lower, they reversed their positions. In my opinion, reversed their positions and went long. So that's why all those bears are not bulls. That's what I'm thinking happened. But Power Trader does mention we are at the top of the trading range on 10K chart, and look exactly where we stop, right? We hit our heads right on the ceiling right here with multiple failed breakouts, but it's just on the 2K chart, it does not look bearish in any sense to me. This does not look bearish. This looks bullish to me, very bullish, right? Especially breaking above our spike here, creating another spike, a spike coming out of the spike, right? This is the acceleration is increasing here. And with the clear target of yesterday's high, I'm thinking we can hit it. But who knows, pandas? We're going to let the price action tell us. Right now, there's no setup for us. So there's nothing that we are contemplating, really. We're just trying to get the general context right now. General idea of what's happening in the market. And then from there, we can make a trade. So right now, I'm thinking long, right? I'm looking for a long setup sometime right now. And not until we get a break of trend new high, I'm not gonna think otherwise. Even though we are hitting our heads on top of the trading range on the 10K chart, you know, that gives me some reason to maybe think that we can go short. And this could be an overshoot to another overshoot. It could create that. Typically channels have symmetry, so if it overshoots on one side, it might overshoot to the other side. That's what trading's so fun. It just keeps you on your toes. You have just so many probabilities to work with. I love it, I love it, I love it. Still trading 2 contracts though, Pandas. Probably for the rest of the week I'll be trading 2 contracts. I just want to be green on stream for the rest of the week, and that'd be nice. It could only be $100 green, doesn't matter, right? To me, the $100 green just means $500 green on with 5 contracts. I'm just, you know, because it doesn't matter really how many contracts you're trading. You just have to trade according to your capital, but the most important thing is making sure you're able to find the best setups so you can scale up your contract sizes, right? When you're confident, see, this is what I'm saying. Man, this is gonna make a beeline. We're not gonna, unfortunately, Pandas, we probably can't get a setup here. You know, this is probably always in long. I might as well just buy 1 contract and just ride it all the way up here and just take a hit if it comes down here. I mean, from the price action, that's what it feels like it's gonna happen. I feel like it's going to make a beeline to yesterday's high. Good morning, Pandas. Good morning to a couple more of you guys as you guys are joining. CAD285, good morning from Hartwell, Georgia. Chris Stubbs from Arizona, good morning. Cool LJ. Good morning. That's just a funny name. Power Trader, yep, mentioning hit the top of the 10K charts. Scott Hubbard from Lancaster, Ohio, welcome back. Richard Harris, good morning, my panda. Rin S, lately market has been rallying in the morning and pulling back. Look at the tall wicks last few days. Archie from Clearwater, Florida, welcome, good morning. Thanks for joining, Pandas. And we got 5 more minutes until market open. We got 78 votes on the poll here. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button if you guys are just joining. Most of you guys think it's going to be a trading range day today. I already made my decision. I think we're going to have a bull trend day today until we break yesterday's high. And I think we could possibly come to test a 20 EMA. even maybe slightly break above it, and then we can reverse. That's my opinion. What's going to happen? We're going to have strong bull trend, and then maybe bear trend day. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Just looking at the daily and the setup that I typically look for. If my chart looked like the daily chart on any other time frame, that's the setup I'm looking for. A lower high second entry setup on a strong downtrend. Main reason being is because reversals are gonna reverse. And these are all first entries on this downtrend. Unfortunately, I want to show you with the reversal pattern here. Right, when this reversal pattern happens, it's typically a very strong reversal pattern, and it does come back up, make that double top. But reversals are going to reverse. Even though we saw this, you got to keep in mind that this reversed, right? The market had reversed. We are in a downtrend right now with this confirmed reversal. And even though we broke above this reversal here, right, the reversals already happened. And it ended up creating a double top, confirming. And unfortunately, no second entries in all of this mess, right? In all of this downtrend, no second entries. You get your first second entry here, which actually ends up failing, which is kind of funny, right? The first second entry you get on this downtrend fails and reverses. That's how vicious the market is. Market is vicious. Doesn't give us a trap here. It's still going up. We got about 3 more minutes until market is opened. Incredible, incredible. I mean, I know that you have failed, failed breakouts, but typically you're thinking, man, like, where was my new low? Like, it's very hard to enter long right here after a strong push down like this. It's not an entry typically you look for, right? 10K chart, you do have that 2-legged pullback, but it gets broken with this wick up here. 2000 tick chart, right? It's hard to take that reversal in my opinion, just because we didn't make a new low. And so, in my opinion, if you were to go long here, that is counter trend to this, what's happening here. So, little risky. And yeah, skip that trade. But in the big picture of today, I think we're gonna break yesterday's high. Right, create a wick, right, to maybe a 20 EMA. We'll also mark the 20 EMA here. 20 EMA is at 4375. The 4375, we're going to put a horizontal line here, 4375. This is where the 20 EMA is. If it comes up here, 20 EMA will probably be up here if it reaches up here. Thinking we're going to come above the 20 EMA, break down it. So even though we break above here, I think we have more room to go up to the 20 EMA here. Pandas, market's about to open in 1 minute. Hope you guys are ready. Hey, we're gonna find those 2-legged pullbacks. We're gonna find the best setups possible. We're gonna get our bamboo today, pandas. Let's go, baby. Make sure you guys have your mental capital today. Don't trade on tilt. Hope you guys are doing well. By the way, if you're just rolling in, make sure you scalp that like button on Buy My Money. On this channel, we trade the most liquidable, most largest, biggest, baddest market in the world, the E-mini futures. Today, we do have an FOMC announcement at 2 p.m. And so we're going to be a little careful around that time, around 2 p.m. On the stream, we trade only one single setup, the 2-legged pullback. Simple setup that looks like this. Just 2 pushes down, 2 pushes up. We like to find this in the best context, and in the right context is in the greater than 90% probability to make a point. So what we're doing on the stream is reading price action to make sure we can find the best setups possible. On the screen, we trade pure price action here, and so everything here helps us with price action. We have the trading range indicator of the price action that uses price action, automatically finds these trading ranges. Right, I did not mark these. These were marked with the trading range indicator. Also, the 2-legged pullback indicator, all these numbers above and below the candles are the leg counts. And so with discounts, we can keep track of all second entries on the chart and even traps and all these things. And so if you want more information about the indicators here, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. The link is in the description below as well, so make sure you check it out. There's also a free trial of the two-legged pullback indicator. Also, there's a free floating tick counter for you guys. So for those who trade on NinjaTrader and also uses tick charts, there's a free floating tick counter to keep your tick chart, your countdown right next to your candles. And so that's a free gift for you guys. So make sure you guys download that if you guys use the tick charts. I think it's absolutely imperative that you have the tick count right next to your price action, so you're not looking anywhere else. For instance, that trade right there, I could have went into it, but I needed the tick count right here to know when that was going to end. And so that was a trap trade here. I was thinking about taking that trap trade, but it's getting a little choppy here and not really close to any key area. And so in my opinion, that's a risky trade, even though you do scalp out there. Strong uptrend, making a beeline to yesterday's high. As I mentioned, thinking that yesterday's high will be target. We're going to break above it, probably get to the 20 MA, which I marked here on a daily. Or the daily 20 MA is around here on the 2K chart, marking that as well. Thinking we're going to make that clear target here. So we got about 20 points here to make up. $10K chart is just cool, calm, and collected. Just no reversals yet, just keep going straight up. We might get a pullback here on a 10K chart. I feel like we're going to break up here, but I just don't know in what fashion are we going to do it. I mean, it looks like it's going to do it with this leg here, with this trend. It looks like it's going to do it, but I just don't know what pan is. Oh man, Ducks is on lake tilt. Let's get out of that lake as soon as possible. We're finding ourselves resting on top of the 20 MA. We do have, I would like to find some sort of spike in channel, but the spike in channel that I would have drawn is already broken down. And we're above the channel here, breaking overshoot. The only logical place is an overshoot to the other side. That's what I'm thinking. So, not sure what's happening here. Cody says, good morning from Poplar Bluff, Montana. Welcome to the stream. Cowboy from Nova Scotia. I want to say Scotia. Nova Scotia. Scotia. We're finding some support off the 20 MA here. Sir Lancelot says, hey, I've been to Lake Tilt. Welcome back, Sir Lancelot. Thanks for joining the stream. We got two trusty mods here. Sir Lancelot, also Jason, but Jason's been busy with life, personal life, and so he doesn't join as much as often. Got no setups here, pandas. We're just watching. Austin Hare, Nova Scotia. There we go. Well, baby, this is a nice. See, this is why you need community, right? To cure you of your ignorance. That's what community is good for. Ooh, we have a second entry long here. Higher low second entry. I will take a second entry on a failed trap here. Second entry long. I'm going to take a second entry long here on this failed trap, but I wouldn't be surprised if it zooms up off of that second entry here. That's a higher low second entry. It already looks like it's made its move. Still a trap, potential trap here, but it looks like the move's okay. Already scalped out. That's a higher low second entry right here. I was looking for the failed trap to go long there, but it's just kind of far away from the 20 MA, right? Bounces off 20 MA and then makes a higher low second entry. A, B, C, higher low second entry here. Not a bad setup if you're looking to go long. In my opinion, it's just getting a little too choppy going sideways here, but clearly above the 20 MA. It looks like, yeah, it looks like we're gonna go to the destination I thought we were gonna go to. It's a little sideways movement, little consolidation here before doing so. Not a bad setup actually, I'm thinking about it. Potential trap trade here. I like this trap trade here, pandas. I really do like this trap trade to go long. Gonna sit on my pause though, even though I really like this trap trade. Thinking this uptrend is quite strong now. It's, in my opinion, not a bad trade if you're to go long in that trap. It's a trap. I know it's a trap because of the magenta box here. This trap going sideways a little too long now. Not interested. Getting a little too choppy for my taste. Right, 3 bars in a row overlapping like this. I still wouldn't be mad if you took that trap though. Decent trade. Now 4 overlapping bars makes it less likely for this trap to work. Okay, perfect scalp now. Austin Hair, your candles on the 2K look different than mine. Alright. I will reload my historical. Thanks for the reminder. It happens. Reloading. Alright, reloaded here. Look at this now, see if this was actually trapped to the upside. 4 pushes down, oh my. Alright, pandas, hopefully that's better. That's a second entry long here. Ooh, popped up. Took a little too long for my charts to reload. Wasn't really paying attention here. That's crazy, pan. Look at this. A, B, C. That is a second entry long. How wonky is that second entry? That 2-legged pullback. What a wonky 2-legged pullback right there. It's a higher low second entry off the 20 MA. Actually, if my chart looked like this, I would have taken this long right here. That's not a bad long. And as you can tell, that was a long that people really wanted because of how fast that scalped out you kind of know, you can kind of confirm your scalps of how quick they scalp out. And so that scalped out so quick, that would have that is a nice scalp right there. You know, that's an institutional move of scalping. I know it sounds weird that institutions would scalp, but you'd be surprised the way that institutions trade. Right? That scalp, this movement here cannot be done by retail traders. And with that setup, the two-legged pullback happened right when we broke above this candle's high. There's no coincidences in the market, and it's shot up. And so that's how you can kind of confirm that your scalp was good. Right? That means that was institutional participation in that trade. Any movement here that you see is not coincidental. Right? Every movement here is done by institutions. There's a reason for every movement. Russell H says, why do you have to reload your historical on NinjaTrader? I don't get why the platform allows incorrect charts to be displayed. I guess it just depends on when you began, when you connect, and it's just everyone kind of like has different, you know, because of the charts being local, like the platform's local, it's not like a cloud application. So we're not like really sharing all the same things. You know, we kind of have our own local, right, data on, you know, with NinjaTrader, and you also have you know, what's been given on the you know, the brokerage side. And so, you know, to match basically what's on your local machine to what they're giving out, you kind of have to do these reloads. So that's why they give you the option to reload it. This wedge, there is a wedge here. Al Brooks would have gone short there, in my opinion, which is in itself a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Two pushes up. Slightly reversing here now. Ugly, ugly candles. I mean, I really thought we're going to try to make, you know, break yesterday's high. But when you get price action like this, you're wondering, is this going to reverse here? Breaking, making a double bottom at the moment. Perfect double bottom. Right, that's what bulls want. They want a double bottom off here. Bears want this wedge. I'm still thinking slight pullback before we really reverse, in my opinion, but you know, quite rarely does it just reverse right off the wedge, in my opinion. Usually there's a little fight from the bulls. But let's say there's no fight right now. No setups for us. This is a good setup here, in my opinion. This is probably the best setup so far. That one, this one, if you're going to take the risk, but for me, it was a little too risky. I was looking for a new low, and that's why I wouldn't enter that trade. But some people have different risk tolerances. I mean, it's a okay trade, in my opinion. We have this trend line on the 10K chart I'm marking now, and we can find support here off this trend line. Also, notice on the 10K chart we do have our pattern here, right? Break of trend, new high. So we can find a reversal here to the bottom of the trading range. That could happen as well. So, got to keep all these things in mind here. I mean, in my opinion, on the 10K chart, if we get a reversal pattern, which is essentially a failed second entry long off the 20 MA, I'm going short. I'm going short to the bottom of that trading range, and I think that's a good setup, in my opinion. Right? A good swing trade, in my opinion. Selva Ganesh asks, can we use this two-leg pullback for swing trading instead of scalping? Of course. For every two-legged pullback, for every scalp, I'm assuming it's going to be a good trade for swing as well, right? Like, you're thinking this is a possible swing, and so I'm thinking I can at least scalp out here. And so that's kind of like the thing about scalping, is you kind of need to know how to swing trade as well. And you know, oftentimes a two-legged pullback creates good opportunities for swing trading, especially major trend reversals. I mean, that's not even swing trading. That's like, when you're talking about major trend reversals, you're talking about huge trends. And so, of course, it depends on the day, but you can use the two-legged pullback for swing trading. Yeah, like if you like Mike Carroll says institutions scalp a lot, one contract trades too. If you look at like the order history, institutions you'd be surprised like they trade just like maybe like 3 contracts, right? One contract they'll do whatever the algorithms tell them to do. So Richard Bellman asked a good question. I believe he asked, is there something you wish you had known when you started trading? Maybe something you know now that is really important. I did kind of already answer that question in my frequently asked questions a while back. Kevin Fennel, a member for 7 months. Do appreciate your continual support. Is there something that I wish I knew? Man, there's so many things. So many things. I think one thing I did know that is coming to fruition is that price action trading takes a lot longer to be proficient at than you would possibly think. And so the expectation typically is, when you want to do this setup, you're going to learn it really quick because it's just a two-legged pullback. The setup is very easy to learn. But to read the price action, to get the right context of it, that's the thing that actually takes a long time. And to me, it's like, in my opinion, reading price action is like trying to learn a language. And so typically, how long do you think it'll take you to learn a language? Any language. In my opinion, it'll probably take, to be good, maybe 2-3 years, where you feel like you can be fluent. And so I would say the same with price action. 2 to 3 years, I would say, until you are going to be able to be so familiar with so many patterns and so many things with price action that it will just come second nature, and that just takes a while to happen. And so I think that's one thing that I kind of knew coming in, but at the same time, it's like, it's really true. It is really true. We got a trap trade here, pandas, but not interested in this trap. Even though we got a pretty decent reversal pattern here, I have not forgotten this reversal. I have not forgotten that we have a reversal pattern here that's been confirmed. I have not forgotten this, and so I'm not looking necessarily to go short right now. Also, right, simple trend line. We have this set up here. We have this channel coming here on the 2K chart, and so in my opinion, right, I'm not going to take this short here because of this this channel here. So even though it does make a scalp, in my opinion, it was a good trade to skip for me. I could care regardless if it does make a scalp, if it goes, a million points downwards. For me, just too close to that trend line for me to consider going short. It is breaking down now, this trend line. This just wondering what's gonna happen here, pandas. We don't have any really good setups, in my opinion. Like after a wedge, maybe you can consider going short there, right? Wedge breakdown, right? This is also a reversal pattern, but yeah, I mean, you could have this as well. Break a trend, new high, and that could be the reversal you've been looking for. But too close to this trend line, in my opinion. So not interested in going not going short. Not interested in going short right into that trend line. Kellyanne took it. Let's go, baby. I'm glad if anyone who did take it, congratulations, because you can have a nice runner here right now. So congrats. Selva Ganesh says, I've been paper trading for a year and I'm still not profitable. I'm currently reading Al Brooks' books. Will these books improve my trading? I don't know what I'm missing. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone takes a different amount of time to learn things, and it's just how quick are you able to find your mistakes? How quick are you able to realize you're making mistakes? And how quick are you able to fix them? All of these things depend on the individual, and so it's just hard. Duck's asking you to draw the wedge. We have a wedge here. It's not perfect, right? If you draw the wedge, you know, you technically should use these highs. Al Brooks would go ahead and skip that middle one. Say that looks like the shape of a wedge, and so that's a wedge here. 3 pushes up. 1, 2, 3 pushes up. Here we have a, you know, break a trend, new high. And that was a 2-legged pullback, right? Break a trend, new high, and that new high was created with its own 2-legged pullback. A, B, C, and then that reversed here, creating the reversal pattern right here, but just too close to that trend line for me. Skipping that trade. I'm okay with missing that. Completely okay with that. In my opinion, I'd rather be flat the entire day than be red. Let's just say that. If I have any suspicions here. Also, I had the bullish bias, thinking we're gonna come and break yesterday's high. I still think we're gonna do it. I just don't know in what fashion. I still think we're gonna break this high here. The 10K chart, right, top of the trading range, still wasn't able to break out of it. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range, looks like it wants to finally hit it. Fortunately, we didn't get the setup on the 10K chart. If we had like a trap pattern here on the 10K, I would have definitely taken short to the bottom of that trading range because it break a trend new high right here. But it happened on the 2K chart instead. So this should be a runner for anyone who caught this trade here, in my opinion. I mean, to me, the most logical place, bottom of the trading range on the 10K chart, that to me is the most logical place to go to. Thinking we're going to try to hit the bottom of this trading range on the 10K chart. Pandas, 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 pandas. Trying to get to that bottom of that trading range. Let's see if we get it. Bottom of that trading range. It looks like the 10K wants to hit it. Not sure though. Just watching. No setups though. I mean, that setup, again, risky, right? Just like this one was risky. This is risky. Ended up being nice, right? And if you can fit it within your risk, you know, you gotta say, you know, basically when you see this pattern, you gotta take it every single time. If you think every single time it works, then you gotta take it. I mean, you get these nice swings with this though. You know, in my opinion, right? Like if you're to swing this, basically, let's see. If you're gonna go high here, this is your risk. See, that's what happened. Those who took this this reversal pattern had their stop loss below here, their entry 1 tick above this candle, and this is why we found a reversal here on this wedge right there. 2 times the risk reward, right? Those who are swing trading, the proper place to put your stop loss is actually 1 tick below this pivot low. So typically when you swing trade, you cannot use the same amount of contracts you use for scalping, because you know this is big risk here. Like if you are going to trade 5 contracts or something, but if you trade like 1 or 2 contracts, right, this is a decent swing to try to take, right? You take that one swing here, right, put your stop loss 1 tick here, look for 2 times risk reward, and then you get it here, right? Pokes above it, fills you, and then reverses. That's the proper place to put your stop loss for a swing trade. Coming back to the bottom of the 10K chart trading range, as I mentioned, most likely is going to happen once we started breaking below this trend line. Not only that, 3 strong bear bars on the 10K chart. We're missing it by 3 ticks right now, the bottom of the trading range. 10K as well. Just a simple two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Simple two-legged pullback right here. Right after the break of trend, makes a two-legged pullback and then reverses. Top of the trading range. In my opinion, a couple things here, right? Some people are finding like little FOMO maybe because they're missing some trades. It's all good, pandas. Plenty more setups today. Trust me, there are gonna be plenty more setups. The nice thing is, you know when you missed a trade, right? If you recognize, like for me, this trade to me, I'm fine with missing that. This trade to me as well, I'm fine with missing that. Unless you're gonna swing trade this, and that might be worth taking. But in my opinion, these two are a little sketchy, right? All right, this trap reversal. In my streams before, I've taken these confidently, right, with 5 contracts, and I've gotten burned because I did not wait for new lows, right? Even for this, I did not wait for the trendline break, right? I've been burned on these before. This is why I didn't take these, because I've been burned on setups like this. So I did not take them, even though it makes a nice swing here. You know, maybe you can take these on swings. So when you do lose, you know, you do lose small, but when you win big, right? And that's the only way, in my opinion, that this would be worth it. In my opinion, it might be worth going long here because we got a failed trap here. I'm gonna actually go long here. We did miss the bottom of the trading range by 3 ticks. If we get a failed trap here, nah, I'll wait for the reversal. That's trading fairly counter trend. But you gotta take note here. This failed trap. If we get a reversal pattern here, I may consider going long. Failed traps typically reverse the market. Not typically, but they often do, and especially if you get it with a reversal pattern, basically failed second entry short, or if we break strongly above it, second entry long, right? If we get no setup like that, then we wait till break above the 20 MA, look for a second entry long, thinking that we're gonna reverse off that failed trap, pushing strongly upwards now. Gonna draw this channel. I'm not gonna be lazy here, pandas. I'm drawing this channel right now and noticing that this is the first break of trend as well. So you have to take note of that. This is the first break of trend on this downtrend. In my opinion, I mean, the way it depends on how you draw your trend lines, right? Some people use Mac would draw his trend line like this, right? Uses the stream and uses the body, right? That's how he will draw his trend line. And if he uses this trend line right here, he'll say maybe this is first break of trend, new low. He could consider it like that. But for me, I like to use extremes because Al Brooks likes to use extremes. In my opinion, every single thing in price action matters. So every price point matters to me. So these wicks to me are not, they're not arbitrary. They all have meaning. And so I like to include all of that in my trend lines. And so I like to use extremes. Like I mentioned, we're breaking strongly above now the 20 MA. I'd be interested maybe in some sort of two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA if we have enough room and we're trying to look to go second entry long. Let's see here, pandas. We do have a potential second entry, failed second entry, right? Short to go long here as well. But remember, pandas, we do have first break of trend here. This is first break of trend. Typically, we look for a new low here. And again, this will be a risky trade if we're going to take a trap here. Micro double bottom, some people will go long here once it breaks the high, thinking the micro double bottom is enough reason for me to go long. I'm going to sit on my pause here, pandas. I'm just waiting for my setup. Michael Montano, congrats, man. Made $2,000 pre-market. Been a pretty easy week so far. I'm 4K away from completing my 250K one-up evaluation, so I don't want to overtrade. Good luck to everyone else. Hey, good luck to you, man. Hope you get that. Good morning, pandas. Good morning, good morning. Sleepy Joe says, FOMC is 4 a.m. for me. GG's. Good luck with that. We do make the scalp on the two-legged pullback here, which is surprising because we have a failed trap here. Typically those, you know, those reverse. But I'm looking for, right, I have two opposing ideas right now. I have this failed trap, right, making 3 strong bull bars here. And I also have, right, the first break of trend looking for a new low. So I have competing ideas here that makes me a little confused. And so I'm gonna sit on my pause here, pandas. Looks like the new low will happen, which is good for me, because now for me, I'm thinking, right, no unfinished business, right? This might be the attempt of the new low. I'm going to wait for actual new low here, and also the 10K chart possibly hitting the bottom of the trading range, and also making its own two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Looking for that scalp here. We're looking for that setup, that nice setup that we're waiting for. Pandas, if you guys are just rolling in on Bye Money, make sure you scalp that like button. On this stream, we trade the single most liquidable, most biggest, baddest market in the universe, the E-mini futures, S&P futures, the ES. Welcome to the stream, Pandas. Here we like to scalp the E-mini. We're using only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this. It has 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. The right context is great, gives us greater than 90% probability to make a point on the E-mini. As here, as you can see, we have a two-legged pullback, A, B, C. We like to say ABC just because it's much easier to say than first pullback, first entry, second pullback, second entry. ABC pattern, and on that, we have a nice two-legged pullback. On the screen, we trade pure price action, so everything you see on the charts helps us with price action. We have the trading range indicator that automatically tracks trading ranges using pure price action. As you can see, the trading range indicator here and here. Also have the two-legged pullback indicator that automatically counts all legs for us. It's the official two-legged pullback indicator. You can find this two-legged pullback indicator and the trading range indicator at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Also a free trial for those who are interested in checking out using it before. If you are interested in purchasing, you can try a free trial first to see if you like it. If you don't like it, no harm done. But Pandas, welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys can join us. We're going to find the best setups possible. We're going to get our bamboo today. Getting our bamboo today, Pandas. Greg Martin took a major hit yesterday, lost more than all my gains. I'm trading with a bit of fear today, but my first scalp went good. Need to be strong. Hey, Greg Martin, we've all been there. So I do appreciate you sharing that, because I know that's a little vulnerable to share, saying that you lost all your gains. And so I do appreciate you guys sharing that with the rest of the community, because guess what? 99% of this community has felt the exact same thing you have felt, and they're there with you, man. We're there with you. You're experiencing shell shock right now, and so you might need a little time. It might take some time to get away from that. Like even trading sim for a little bit until you get your juice. Until you get your edge back. I would even recommend doing that, or just trade really small until you just become profitable like I am right now. I'm trading only 2 contracts. I typically trade 5, but trading only 2 contracts now because the last couple of days on stream I've been having some losers, and so I'm just trying to be consistently profitable right now just to get my edge back. And once I get that back, just thinking of the rest of this week, 2 contracts, and next week I'm going to go back to my 5. Selva Ganesh, it is a very hard read. In my opinion, his online course is way better, especially for I think most people. Everything, there's like videos for everything. He explains everything with examples. It's very detailed, very good in my opinion. Highly recommend his online trading course. That could be the attempt, right? Double bottom, failed trap. That could be the attempt to go lower, which is unfortunate because it's not helpful for us. Not that it's not helpful, but we're gonna have to wait a while until we get a good setup. So I'm just sitting on my pause, waiting for that new low. Get that second entry short, right? Failed breakout above the 20 MA, right? Can't go short here because look at all of this congestion down here. May be able to go long, but I'm still waiting for that new low. So going long here is counter to what I would typically do. Definitely not trading the outside bar reversal. I'm okay with missing the outside bar reversal. Looking for that new low. I'm getting some FOMO here. I'm really getting some FOMO here. I do want to go long here, Pandas. I'm going to go long here, Pandas. Let's see what happens. I just see the congestion here. right? Failed attempt, right? Making a double bottom. Now we're having a trap trade here, right? With this failed second entry short. I'm gonna try to go long here, pandas. Maybe swing this a couple points. I'm gonna scalp out the first and then have a runner. If we make the completed scalp here, I'm no longer interested. But also, pandas, on the 2K chart is the exact same spot where essentially we'll hit our second entry long on the 10K chart. I'm gonna attach it to the indicator because I do not know when this is gonna end. Attaching to the indicator right now, so right when this ends, it's gonna move it down. Move it down to where the trap will be. Looking for the double bottom, looking to go long here. Getting a little choppy now for my taste. Little too choppy. Try to go long, short again there. Looking to go long here, pandas. Could be a mistake. Disappointing. Immediately disappointing here. But that trap trade, I think because I missed this trap and this trap, getting a little FOMO here. Still looking for that new low. If I get here, hit here, it's all good, pandas. Completely okay with that. Getting hit. Almost want to reverse this trade now. Seeing that failed trap to the upside. Almost want to reverse this trade, pandas. I'm going to stick to my pause here. We'll just take the hit. I'm okay with that. Almost want to reverse this though, right? Multiple failed breakouts of the top of the 20 EMA. Thinking we can scalp out if we do get a low here. Looking for that new low after this failed trap to the long side. Let's stick to my pause here. Disappointing. I could just skunk this and reverse this trade, but it's gonna stick to my pause. Completely okay losing this trade. It looks good for a short now. Like if I looked at this again and I saw the setup and I wasn't in this trade, I'd be like, oh yeah, I definitely would want to go short here. I definitely would want to go short here, pandas. Looking for that new low still. The new low that I should have waited for. Got some FOMO, looking for that long trade here, that trap. And like I said, that's why that trap trade, right? Like the trap here, this trap here. Maybe it's a little too choppy here. This is going to stop me out. That is 90% going to stop me out here. Stop me out. It's all good. The FOMO. I wanted to reverse that trade so bad, but I just sat on my pause. I really want to reverse that trade to get that scalp on the other side. It's all good, pandas. 350 loss. It's all good. Looking for that new low now. This is why you gotta be patient, pandas. This is why pandas are so dumb. Like, can I? Oh, I'm so impatient. I should have waited. I should have waited. Obviously, way too choppy. I was even mentioning all the things not to enter in. To go short here though. Still waiting though. No setups. Way too choppy right now. Pandas. Yeah. I should have just like skunked it here when it came back up to try to get me back. He's gonna try to go now. I'll be really surprised if it just reverses right now. I still think it wants that new low. Triple bottom though right now. 1, 2, 3 hits. I will go long again once it makes a new low. I will look for a long trade. It's okay if I lose this, right? There'll be plenty more trades, right? Incredible. Alright, here's our new low. Finally, our new low is created with an H4. Bottom of the trading range finally hit on the 10K chart. Not sure how low this is going to go. That's a very strong bearish bar. I may go long sometime after break a trend, new low. I would need a reversal pattern here now to go long. This is an H4 setup though. And this is why you get out of the trade, right? This is why I wanted to reverse my trade, because I thought something like this would happen. It's all good, pandas. And once this trap failed to the long side, that was a nice entry to go short. Like I mentioned, if I wasn't long there, I'd be like, if I saw that setup, I would really want to go short. I should have reversed my trade. But that's kind of like the pressure you get from live trading, right? You kind of like a little more stubborn on your other trades, and I'm not as flexible. But if I was trading this off stream, I would have probably just reversed that and, you know, take the double hit, because I think it's worth it because of how nice that setup looked like to go short. Right? Lower high trap entry, Pikachu trade off the 20 MA, waiting for that new low. You know, that's a nice setup, and I was looking to go. I would have looked to go short there, but pandas, it is what it is. Streaming. This is why I trade 2 contracts on stream. I would definitely taken that short off stream. Reverse my position. I'm not expecting this to go actually much further down, pandas. Right, the 10K has been clearly trading range in my opinion. I'm really thinking we're gonna come back up, but I'm gonna wait for my setup. I'm gonna wait for a nice reversal pattern here if we can get it. If we get another failed 5th, right? If this fails here as well, this could be a good reversal. Doesn't fail, it makes a scalp. It makes 2 legs down now, right? 2 legs down after this breakdown. A, B, C. This could be the finished move, right? Because after 2 moves, the market typically is done with its move. So we got 2 pushes down. Look for a setup like this. We're gonna look for some sort of setup like this if we can get it, but not sure if we're gonna get it though, pandas. All right, trap trade to the long side, right? A fail second entry short is our setup that we're looking for. Even a higher low setup could be something we're looking for. So now we're looking to go long. I really don't think the trading range on the 10K is really broken yet. Even though we made this strong push down, right? Essentially, on the 10K chart, we're just making a 2-legged pullback, and potentially can come all the way back up to the top of the trading range. So I'm just waiting here. Very interesting, micro double bottom. It could have trapped there, but it did not trap. Very interesting. Looking to trap here. Traps here. Trap is successful. Looking for the yesterday's low. Trap is quote-unquote successful. Reverses though. It doesn't actually reverse the market here. The market doesn't really push down. It reverses immediately. Let's see if we get a strong push up here. Another push down. Fails to break this low. Right, there is some consolidation here now. Trading range indicator marking the trading range now, saying this breakdown is not as strong as it was. Look for a possible reversal or at least consolidation. Just waiting, just waiting. Sitting on my pause, waiting for my setup. Just waiting here, pandas. Minus 350. It's all good. All good. Really wanted multiple green days on stream. It's just on stream. It's just so different. Yeah, I would definitely reverse my trade. It's all good. It's like you see it while you're in it. You're like, man, this is gonna reverse hard, isn't it? But should have been patient. I knew we should have waited for that new low anyways. Impatience. I was calling that new low. Basically, I entered the trade that I didn't want to enter here because I was waiting for a new low. I entered it here in all this chop. How dumb. How dumb can a panda be? I mean, this is like the example. I am the epitome of how dumb a panda can be. I mean, I was literally saying all these things, and I just did not even wait for the things I said. This is sort of human emotions come in. You know, 2 times I saw good traps, you know, make some nice points. I was thinking maybe this trap as well, and right, the 3rd time does what you're supposed to do. Very interesting here. Actually, we do have a 2-legged pullback in my opinion. A, B, C. This could be a trap trade to the long side. This higher low setup could be, right, with this 2. This could be a place where a lot of traders might enter in. I'm going to look for my setup though. I'm going to wait for it to happen technically here. Reading some of your comments here. Aaron Korn asks, what's an outside bar? Outside bar, I mean, depends on, you know, what you're saying. Outside bar reversal and outside bars are a little slightly different things, but outside bar is basically when you have a bar that completely engulfs another bar. So this is an outside bar. This is an inside bar. Outside, inside bar, right? But the range, the extreme high and extreme low is right, the candle, the next candle, the candle before it is, right, the extremes are within those extremes. That's an outside bar, right? Here's another outside bar, right? This is engulfed, right, engulfing this bar here. It's like I'm so tempted to go long here, thinking that this is a reversal, but I'm gonna sit on my pause here, thinking, you know, we have a 2-legged pullback here, optically, A, B, C. We have an optical 2-legged pullback, and this is a trap for those, right? And that second entry already triggered with this. So thinking that it can reverse here. But sitting on my pause because it wasn't a technical 2-legged pullback. It's an optical A, B, C, A trap, and it already scalps out for us. It's all good though, pandas. Just sitting on our pause. We'll wait for the setup to come to us. But basically this downtrend is done, and in my opinion, on the 10K chart, you know, this is still valid, right? This is still very valid. This trading range is very valid for us. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to the top of the trading range, in my opinion. And I will trade this reversal pattern right here. And I might swing this trade because of the potential setup. The potential risk reward is worth the probability, in my opinion, if we get the setup that we're looking for. See if we get our trap trade to go long. Sitting on my pause, just waiting, just waiting. Outside bar reversal. I will take this. Gone. That was a quick two-legged pullback above the 20 MA. Very scary to take, in my opinion, if you're gonna go short there. It's like the market was waiting for that, but that's scary for me. Like, I would not go short there. That is very, very interesting that it went down so quick. In my opinion, I mean, I'm not sure if this downturn is gonna continue. In my opinion, this is a time where we need to reverse, and if we don't reverse, this downtrend might be strong. We should reverse here, right? We should reverse. My only entry now is to wait for something like this. That's my only entry. I still think this reversal might be in play here. Strong 2 bear bars, but currently being stopped right now. No follow through. I wanted that trap here, but didn't trigger. This is why you wait for your setup, pandas. I admit it, I made a mistake. Alright, I get it. I made a mistake here. This was the better setup. This was a bad setup. I get it. I made a mistake. I admit it. I made a mistake. Alright, guys. This is done. Alright, I said it. I made a mistake. Hopefully my mistake, my loss is your gain. Let's just say that. Me making the mistake, hopefully for those who are just watching can realize, man, this panda is an idiot. Why would he do that? But now that you know what idiots do, you can do the opposite. Man, but I should have reversed it. I was really thinking about it. I really wanted to, because if I saw that setup, if I wasn't in that long, man, that that reversal would have been nice. It's all good, pandas. On to the next. I'm like 99% confident I'm going to end green today. You know, off stream. But it is what it is. On streams, all that you guys care about. So Kellyanne, I'm done for today. Green in both accounts, doing better than me. Congrats. Trader Green says, slouch check, pandas, posture check, pandas. Make sure you guys are not slouching. Pull your shoulders back. Make sure your backs are straight. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Elon Klein says, I struggle with trying to win back my losses. Any advice? Stop trading. Stop trading, man. What I mean by that is take a break. If you're trading purely on any other motivation than finding your setups, you're going to mess up. You are going to mess up. If you're doing anything, if you have any other motivation to trade other than finding your setups, right? Your motivation should not even be making money. Your motivation should be finding your setups. That should be, you know, it's nice to make money, but you gotta realize that even trying to make money is a hindrance to trading. The idea is you gotta find your setups. And when you find your setups, that's when you go and start trading again. Once you can, you know, clear your mind, that's when you should go. So if you're in the mindset of, I gotta make my money back, you're trading on tilt. That's what tilt is, right? That's what tilting is. Take a break, trade on sim, take a run, right? Meditate if that's what you're into. Pray if you're a Christian. You know, just take some time away from the charts. Get your mind clear. Don't trade with that mindset. Even though we saw that strong push down like this, I still think we're in the uptrend here, pandas. We have a two-legged pullback forming on the 10K chart. 5-minute chart. It's getting choppy. Pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button to help me, you know, to help with some ad revenue to get some of this money back that I'm losing. All joking aside, it does help a lot if you guys scalp that like button. Even if I'm red, right? Hopefully everything, you know, we're learning, right? Everything's a learning experience. At least you guys learn what to do and what not to do. Anti-example, don't go long even though you've been calling new low for the longest time and missing 3 or 4 other trap trades because you were waiting for your setup and got FOMO. Got serious FOMO right there. In choppiness, right? All this chop here, all this chop here. That's price action. Wanting to even reverse my trade but didn't do so. Ooh, I like this higher low setup here now. I like this setup though, Pandas, actually, to go long here. I actually like this setup to go long. I wish we had a better signal bar than this. This is a higher low setup above the 20 MA. I'm thinking because we're in an uptrend, I like this higher low setup. A, B, C. I'll consider going long here. If we get a good signal bar. Right now the signal bar is not looking too good. Ooh, hello. That's why you wait for your setup, Pandas. Trading range showing here. Maybe come back to the bottom trade. Not looking to go long now below the 20 MA. Not interested in that. It's like these candles are like printing like in bursts. It's kind of scary, right? Like it bursts. Like all of that bursted. Like 2,000, you know, transactions just happened right there. Very, very interesting. The 5-minute chart's actually been a downtrend ever since open. The reason I'm saying this is because we only had one pullback so far on the 5-minute. We have this. That's one pullback so far. This whole thing has been a downtrend, right? No pullbacks. Nothing has broken above the previous candle's high. Absolutely incredible. Just watching here. Failed trap on the 10K chart. Right, 10K chart. Failed trap, right? This actually comes up and an outside bar. This is an outside bar reversal on the 10K chart. Currently failing. The main thing I'm looking at is we made a new low. We were supposed to reverse. This is a 2K. This is a two-legged pullback after the reversal. A, B, C. Let's see if we get it. But below the 20 MA, you know, it's not the reversal is not necessarily confirmed for me. We actually don't have a trap to the long side. So I don't have a really confirmed reversal here, other than the fact that we made a new low. In and out, two-legged pullback. Right, two-legged pullback, two-legged pullback. A, B, C, two-legged pullback, reverses, right, that move is done. Now, two-legged pullback. Is this move done? Are we going to go up higher? Or we're going to trap here? I think a lot of people are thinking about this trap. Coincides very nicely with the 10K chart as well. The beauty of price action. It makes a scalp there. That two-legged pullback. This two-legged pullback makes a scalp below the 20 MA. This is tricky. I mean, trading range, choppiness, thinking bottom trading range. It's just going sideways right now. Typically what happens around this time. Lorenz Gino Royo asks, newbie here, Panda, any idea where I can paper trade S&P 500? I personally use Think or Swim because it was free. If you use NinjaTrader for paper trading, you have to pay for the data. And so you gotta pay. It's a very small. It's like $4 a month or something. And so you gotta pay for that. But it's up to you. I mean, NinjaTrader or Thinkorswim was completely for free, but you also are using. I wasn't think of using Thinkorswim in the long term because the margin requirements for Thinkorswim is really ridiculous when it comes to trading futures. They basically require you to like have full margin, your full margins, but or not the full margins, but it's like $10,000 for one contract or something like that, $12,000 for one E-mini contract to trade, and so the margins were just too bad, too hard to trade, and so I practice on Thinkorswim, and that's why I have the two-legged pullback indicator on Thinkorswim, available for you guys, whoever uses it. But just make sure you guys read the description because it doesn't have all the same bells and whistles as the one on NinjaTrader. Right? The NinjaTrader uses actual programming language to code these indicators. The higher low setup, it's just the context is not good, right? We're below the 20 MA and it's not a very strong reversal. I'm not convinced yet of the reversal. Looks like we're just going trading range now. But yeah. Yep, Greg Martin, okay, I'm done. I will do something I will regret in this chop. The thing is, you recognizing chop is a skill in itself. So congrats if you can recognize that. Yeah, Thinkorswim is like 15K margin for one E-mini contract. That's insane. We got a two-legged pullback short here. Not interested. I would like to get a trap trade to the long side. I'll take that. If we get a second entry short here and we get a trap to the long side, I'll take it. I'll be interested, but no setups for me, pandas. I mean, this dumb trade I took. Dumb. Dummy. So this two-legged move now, as you can see, right, finish this move down, right? So this two-legged pullback finished that move. This two-legged pullback finished this move. So now we're going up. The market loves to move in twos, and this is like evidence of it. This is why we like to keep track of all the leg counts. I'll take a trap trade here, pandas. If we get a trap here, I'll take it. I need the trap to happen. I need a trap. I need a second entry, fail second entry short to go long. Some people may consider this, right, uptrend, break a trend, new high, thinking we can continue lower now. That could possibly be our price action. $10K chart, remember, trading range, still viable in my opinion, right? Even though we had this strong bear bar, right? This trading range on the trading range indicator telling us otherwise, telling us we can come back to the top of this trading range very easily. I need a trap trade here, pandas. I really like a trap trade, but the market is being stingy, not giving me any way to get in. No setups, no pullbacks. It's just rocketing upwards. Let's see if we get our second entry. Let's see if we get a trap here. Notice, pandas, though, if we are in a true downtrend on the 10K chart, we have a two-legged pullback off 20 MA. So this could reverse here, right? It could be a downtrend on the 10K chart. Jay Bavis, member for 3 months. Thanks for your continual support. See if we get a trap trade here, though, pandas. I'm looking to go long. I am looking to go long back into our trading range for the 10K chart. Thinking failed breakdown of this trading range. Looking to go long. I need a trap though, pandas. Give me a trap here. No trap. It tried to pull back, but couldn't break the previous candle's low. So now it's just gonna keep going upwards, right? That pullback was all the market needed, right? And coming back up, the price action is telling us we're gonna keep going upwards. No entries for us, pandas. Now it's a little far from the 20 EMA. Right, this small pullback is all the market needed, right? People had limit orders here. Guess where it was? The top of this candle, right, had limit orders. They're just trying to get in. They just wanted a small pullback back to the top of that trading, that candle right here, and that's why we're getting that bounce right there, showing incredible strength from the bulls right now. Again, top of the trading range on the 10K chart, easily reachable in my opinion, right? Yesterday's high still in view, in my opinion. I mentioned all this already before. Potential trap trade here. It's far away from the 20 EMA, so it's risky, but I'm gonna take it. If it traps, no trap. $10K chart showing a nasty wick on the 10K chart. Nasty wick off the 20 EMA. Potential good trade to go short here with a two-legged pullback. Simple two-legged pullback off the 10K chart. But the trading range to me is, I would take the trap trade on the 10K chart to go long. I will for certain take it because of the trading range. I'm looking for a simple two-legged pullback here now to go long. But notice pandas, right? Break a trend, new high. This could also be, right, the finish of this move. So it just depends. Very difficult. Do you ever trade NQ? I don't. I don't trade NQ. I'm honestly a little scared of the NQ. Matt's trades by Matt. He trades NQ. So if you're looking for someone to trade, he doesn't trade the two-legged pullback, but he has his own system. But if you want to look for someone that trades NQ primarily, then trades by Matt. He's a good, good content there. Very curious what's gonna happen here. I want to go long still, but we're hitting the top of this channel now. 20 EMA, a little far from the 20 EMA. This doesn't look like the strongest uptrend. It's not a breakout, right? If it is a breakout, breakout's already done. This pullback is killing that breakout. A little too far from 20 EMA for me. And I'm also looking at the 10K chart, looking at this might be bearish for the 10K chart. Looking to make a, right, two-legged pullback down. Right, this could be first break of trend on the 10K chart. I mean, you can also look at like this break of trend. Right, on this bigger time frames, break a trend to new low. Thinking trap to the long side on the 10K chart. That will be a very nice setup. Trap to the long side on the 10K chart, back to the top of the trading range. That is a nasty setup in my opinion. Nice swing trade to take. I'll be very interested in that swing trade. Trap on the 10K chart. Multiple bear bars in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can scalp this here, pandas. Okay, terrible signal bar. Reversed here. I'm not interested in entering in that signal bar. So, sitting on my pause. But that is a two-legged pullback on a reversal pattern here. Mm-hmm. 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 5-minute chart, creating a trap here. I may be interested in this trap on the 5-minute to go long. This really traps on the 5-minute. Either two-legged pullback, A, B, C. Two-legged pullback on the 5-minute, starting to fail. I'm gonna take this trap to the long side. No trap on the 10K chart, unfortunately. I would really like a trap on the 10K chart. That'd be amazing. 2K chart, just sitting on my pause, right? We may break a trend to new high. So I'm not entirely sure how strong this uptrend is right now. Looks like this uptrend. This is a nice two-legged pullback. Off the 20 EMA. Makes a point. Off the 20 EMA. Just terrible signal bar to enter in if you're going to enter that. Not interested in that trade. Plus, you do have a channel here you got to reckon. You must reckon this channel. Coming to the top of it. The 5-minute chart is going to create an outside bar reversal, so I'm skipping it. But this trap here on the 10K chart is concerning for the bears, right? If you're short here and you saw this bar starting to print like this, how would you feel at this moment? Right? Imagine if you took this two-legged pullback, right, to go short, thinking continuation of this downtrend, and all of a sudden you saw this, right, like strong green candle printing like that. You know, you have to consider, if you're short here, how would you feel? And you're thinking, man, if this triggers this trap here, man, it's gonna possibly reverse. And so, you know, you have to be mindful. If you were short here, how would you feel if that's a candle that you saw? Trust me, I've been there many times. I actually felt the exact same feeling right here, right? When I knew that I was in a bad trade and it started to reverse on me, right? That's the same feeling I had. Unfortunately, this outside bar reversal on the 5-minute most likely would trigger, or this trap will trigger with the outside bar reversal. So I'm not interested in this trade on the 5-minute. But you know, if it doesn't trigger on the, you know, if it doesn't create the outside bar reversal, I'm actually interested in this. But very high chances it's gonna trigger now. Very high chances it's gonna already triggered outside bar reversal. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna enter this trade, but you know, that's what it is. Imagine if you're short here, how would you feel right now if you saw this candle printing? You would not feel good. You would not feel good. Now we have an uptrend in my opinion, right? Should have reversed there, but uptrend now. Coming back to the top of the trading range on the 10K chart. Man, if we get a trap trade here on the 10K chart, I would love that trade. It's just not sure if it's going to happen though, pandas. What I would like is a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, trap trade to the long side, and I would swing it to the top of the trading range. That's like the most obvious thing for me. Created by the trading range indicator, what we have right here, is the obvious target, right? Especially if we break above the 50% mark, we're most likely going to hit the top of here. It's unfortunate, no setup for us. I mean, we kind of had it on the 5-minute, but created outside bar reversal. I'm not interested in that. By the way, if Richard Harris is kind of, you know, bothering you guys, just block him on your own accord. You know, in my opinion, he has no bad intentions, and he's been following for a long time and strong supporter of this channel. So, you know, I understand if it's distracting to you guys. If it's distracting, then you know, go ahead and block him. But you know, I don't block him just because I like to, you know, for some people, you guys like it. You know, I actually did a poll on the Discord, and people, you know, seem not to have much issue, but some do. You know, some feel very strongly about it. So I just recommend, you know, go ahead and block them on your own accord. And This is already reversing. We're not gonna get our setup. You know, we're gonna miss this uptrend in my opinion, and we're gonna hit the top of that trading range. In my opinion, without us, it is what it is though. That outside bar reversal on the 5-minute. It's a shame. I wish it didn't create the outside bar reversal. I wish, you know, the bar ended here and we could have gotten the trap, got a nice little swing trade, 4 points there. It's all good, pandas, right? You gotta wait for the market to come to you. I'm not chasing anything. We have a trap trade on the 2K chart, but not close to this trend line. If this was off this trend line, I'd be very interested, but not close enough to the trend line here, right? Not close to the 20 EMA either. So we don't have a setup here still, pandas. Even though we have a trap trade, then this trap can have a high probability to make a point, right? We want to have it near one of these key areas, right? This, either this trend line or the 20 EMA at least. But this is not a trap that I'm looking to go into. I would love a trap on the 10K chart though. I would love a trap on the 10K chart. If we get that, it's a swing trade for me, without a doubt. At least 4 points. At least 4 points, thinking, you know, hitting the top of this trading range. Keeping an eye here. We're good on the trap as long as we don't go to the 50s. If we hit the 50s in this grid here, if we hit the middle of this grid, I like to call that the 50s, right? This is 25, 50, 75s. If we hit the 50s here, we lose the trap completely, absolute scalp. Right, it's a perfect scalp now, right? Absolute scalp now, right? Hit the 50s, gone, right? Our setup is gone for a trap off the trend line, but we're just trend line. You gotta respect it, in my opinion. We might get a trap on the 10K chart, pandas. I really like that. I would like to see. I want to see the 10K finish, and I'm gonna end the stream. And depending on how it finishes, I'll either keep going, right? If we get a scalp on the 10K chart, then I'll just end the stream. But if it pokes second entry short and then reverses, I'm gonna go long there. So I'm just waiting for the setup here. If we lose the setup, then I'm gonna end the stream. But if we have the setup with the trap on the 10K chart, then I'll be interested, and I'll hold the stream until that ends. Okay, let's see if we get our setup here, pandas. I will trade an outside bar reversal for this, and I'll be swinging my 2 contracts for at least 4 points. So we got our second entry short. Outside bar reversal will be way up here, and I'll be swinging this if we get an outside bar reversal here. If we lose this trap, you know, if it goes makes an absolute scalp to the downside, I'm gonna just cancel this trade and end the stream. But if we get this trap here, be very interested to go long. At least 4 points for the swing. Right? Typically, you'll trade the risk reward 2x your risk reward, and so you want to swing it up to here if you're going to take this trade. This is 2x your reward. Waiting here for this trap. If this gives us a trap, I think that's a very good setup. And that's a setup I've been looking for a while now. So it'd be nice if we can get it. And I actually really need to use the bathroom. But I'm just, you know, when Mrs. Panda drops off coffee, you know, things get rolling inside, and you know, but I'm holding it in for you guys, right? I'm waiting for this setup to happen. We still got 8,000 ticks on this candle here. So I'm gonna just wait here. Just waiting, just waiting. Waiting for my setup. We have our setup here. Trap trade to the long side. Above the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. Nice swing trade here, potentially. We're not chasing, we're letting this happen. When do we lose this? Let me get rid of this guy, it's kind of in the way. We lose it on the zeros. If we hit the zeros here, then this trap is gone and I'm no longer interested in this trade. Got 5,000 more ticks. Just waiting, just waiting. Still in Trap City. Still in Trap City here. 2K chart hit the 20 EMA perfectly. We lost our trap, pandas. We lost our setup. Unfortunately, pandas, that's how it is. But pandas, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Minus 350 again today, and this is why I'm trading 2 contracts on stream. Right? I need to be great. I need to be profitable for many days in a row on stream until I stop trading 2 contracts. And I'm gonna keep doing this probationary period for myself. Hopefully you guys learn, right, why that failed and why I should have actually just reversed that trade and take the reversal. But it's all good, pandas. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hey, even though I'm red, I hope you guys enjoyed it. FOMC announcement at 2 p.m. Hope you guys trade, wisely around that time. And bright and early tomorrow, I'll see you guys 9 p.m. hopefully, or 9 a.m. hopefully on Eastern time. And trade safe, everybody. And yeah, get that bamboo for yourself. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, happy trading. God bless. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy trading. God bless. That's the wrong one. Let's try that again.